fell in love with the country, I fell in love with the culture, the food, the people, and I fell in love with a handsome Spanish man. So I moved to Spain 2 years ago in October of 2020. Think back to that year. That was mid-pandemic. I'm kind of crazy. I moved to Spain mid-pandemic. I had recently graduated from university. My university, the University of Washington, was affiliated or connected with a program that's offered by the Spanish Ministry of Education. So I got a job to come here to Spain to teach in an elementary school. But the problem is the pandemic hit and things got complicated. So the visa process was a lot more complicated than expected. It took longer. I was supposed to arrive in September. I arrived in October. No big deal. Eventually, I got my visa and I moved over to Spain. And actually, this was not the first time that I traveled to Spain. I did study abroad in Spain for a month and a half about 4 or 5 years ago during my first year of college. I went to the north. I studied in Oviedo, in Asturias, which is just a northern province in Spain. So it was a beautiful, wonderful experience. And after that experience ended, I just knew that I had to come back to Spain. I loved it. I didn't want to go back to the US. I didn't want to study at university. I just wanted to backpack around Spain. I spent 2 weeks with one of my good friends backpacking around the country. So we stayed in hotels and hostels and Airbnbs in Barcelona, in Valencia, and in Madrid, and in some regions in the north. So fast forward 4 years, I graduated university, fresh out of college, and I was ready for an adventure. The pandemic hit, but oh well, I'm stubborn, so I came anyway. I decided to come to Seville, to Sevilla, the south of Spain. I decided to come to the south of Spain because I had already traveled around the northern and central part of Spain. I also studied a little bit about the history, so I was very interested in seeing this region of the country. It's beautiful, the weather's wonderful. I'm from Washington State. It's freezing in the winter. It's cloudy for like 9 months of the year. I wanted sun. The weather is definitely one of the reasons why I decided to come to the south of Spain. I also wanted to learn more about the culture and meet people. Spanish people are so cool. Like, they're very friendly. Obviously, I can't speak for everyone. Everyone has a different personality, but in general, Spanish people, and especially people from the south of Spain, they're just known for being fun and spontaneous and having a good sense of humor. So I assumed that it would be easy to make friends here. Maybe that's a topic for another video, making friends in Spain. It's not as easy as it seems. Anyway, in October of 2020, I moved to Sevilla, and I was lucky because I traveled here with a good friend of mine from university. We both wanted to travel to Spain, so we thought, let's go to Sevilla together and let's find an apartment. During the pandemic, the whole year of 2020, I had this desire to go out and explore and to meet people. I didn't have that opportunity. Really, the only person I spent time with was Clara, my roommate. So we had a toque de queda, which means we couldn't go out after certain hours. Okay guys, a little note here. Toque de queda means curfew in English. The problem with living in another country and speaking Spanish all day is that sometimes I forget words in English. So we couldn't meet people at bars or pubs. We couldn't talk to people. We had to go everywhere with a mask. So I didn't meet anyone, really. I spent this first year working at the elementary school, and it wasn't very eventful. The end of the year came. I decided that I wanted to stay in Spain for another year. And 2 factors really influenced that decision. One of them is because the previous year, during 2020, I had no opportunity to meet people. Another reason is because I fell in love. I fell in love with the city, and I fell in love with a handsome Spanish man. So I'm pretty private about this kind of thing, actually. I don't want to share too much about my relationship. But if you're interested in knowing more about this guy that I fell in love with, maybe in the future we can record a video together. So let me know in the comment section if you would like to meet this guy. I'm going to be honest with you. The first year I wanted to come back to experience Spain, not in the pandemic, and because I found myself a man. I found a boyfriend. 2021 and 2022 have been amazing. I've met so many people. I've taken many dance classes. Another reason why I love Seville is because this is a city with a lot of activities, a lot of social activities. One thing that really keeps me coming back to Spain is the lifestyle. Although I am in a metropolitan city and it's very diverse, one thing I love about Spain is that it's slower paced. I'm from Seattle. It's always fast-paced, people are on the move, people are hustling. That means they're working all the time. There's no work-life balance. And here, it's slower paced, people enjoy life. After work, people can go grab a beer or people can go to lunch for longer than 15 minutes. Another reason why I love Spain is because it's more affordable. Let's be real. Obviously, Washington State and many places in the US are very pricey. Good, healthy food products are cheaper than in the US. Good quality food. People here have a really good and healthy diet. That's very important to me. Also, people take public transportation more. People go on their bike more. People are generally more active. Not because they're necessarily spending hours a day in the gym. They don't drive everywhere. Anyway, that's something that I really love, is being able to walk around the city, ride my bike. Those are great factors for me. Another thing that I really love about Spain and Seville in general is the architecture. It's just beautiful. Everywhere you go, you can just see something very beautiful and aesthetic. And I think that's part of the charm of this region. One of the biggest advantages of living in Europe in general is the facility, so how easy it is to travel. So you can just pretty much hop on a train or even do a road trip or just buy a cheap plane ticket to visit many different countries. So if you're a traveler and you love to discover new places, Europe is a really good spot for you to start traveling and backpacking and feel a little bit safe. So I know you're probably going to be very curious about my boyfriend. So really, we met in the park. I just walked up to him and I asked him if he'd like to do an interview for my YouTube channel. So he was one of those people that I interviewed. You can find that video here on my channel. So this is gonna be for a future video. I will convince him to introduce himself to all of you and we can tell our story in a better way. Yeah, it's just been a beautiful experience. I think it's really a challenge and exciting to date someone from a different culture. And if you're a traveler and you fall in love with a place and you meet someone locally who can show you around and show you the good spots, I think that's a really big advantage. He's shown me the mountains in Cadiz, he showed me the beaches and just wonderful, amazing places all around Andalusia, and he's very proud to be from Cadiz. So it's just been a very fun experience getting to know and learning about the culture and the history with him. And of course, just to develop a beautiful and healthy relationship to improve my Spanish, right? So of course we speak Spanish always. Now I'm speaking Spanish with like a mix of a Latin and Spanish accent. It's really weird. But that's the fun, that's the fusion of cultural exchange. Maybe in the future I'll have him on a video. Let me know below if you're interested. I came here to teach English and I did that for 2 years and I'm still teaching languages. But now I fell in love with the country, I fell in love with the culture, the food, the people, and I fell in love with a handsome Spanish man. So that's also a plus. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any question for me, let me know down below. Do you want to come to Spain? Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you next time.